What to do, YouTube? We are back again with day 2 of the draft. I gotta say before we even get started, I like day 2 a whole lot better than I like day 1. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna make this a biased opinion. I know the majority of y'all wanted 2 alone. I think y'all would have been satisfied with just 2 and didn't even get no other player in the draft. But day 2, I felt like we filled a lot of holes, and I think I'm going to change my Dolphins record prediction, and I'll probably put them over 8 games now, to be quite honest with you, and I'm just being real with you. But before we get started, though, I just wanted to say I fell a little bit behind replying back to comments. Like, it's been extremely busy the last couple of days. I will try to get to those as soon as possible. But let's go ahead and get started with day 2 of the draft here. In the second round, we got in 7th overall. 39th overall, 7th in the second round. The Dolphins ended up getting Robert Hunt, the offensive guard out of Louisiana, 6'5", 323 pounds. I like this pick. And the reason why I like this pick is because we add depth on the offensive line, and he could be a possible starter for the Miami Dolphins offensive line. Like, it just brings a level of competition that I've been looking for over the past several years for the Miami Dolphins. He's versatile enough to be able to play tackle and guard and possibly even center too. You look at the Miami Dolphins' current offensive line situation: Michael Dieter at guard, Eric Flowers at guard, Ted Karras at center, Jesse Davis at right tackle, Austin Jackson. I know I said Austin Howard in yesterday's video, but Austin Jackson coming in as a rookie at wherever tackle spot we feel comfortable putting him at. Julian Davenport. I like the competition here. I feel like this is going to be a very, very interesting offensive line competition going into training camp. But usually I'm not really excited about offensive line position battles, but I'm really excited for this one coming up during the summer, because this is going to be crazy. Like, I feel like, well, there's a saying where competition brings out greater effort, and this is just going to be, it's going to be ridiculous. I feel like this is my favorite pick at a day 2. This is my favorite pick, most definitely. Now, again, he's versatile enough to play tackle, guard, and center. I feel like the reason why he ended up sliding in the draft was because he had a groin injury during the 2019 season, and he ended up missing the Combine and the Senior Bowl. Now, one of the biggest things that is an issue for Robert Hunt is his technique, but I feel like he can develop that throughout the course of training camp and OTAs. And he could be a premier starting offensive lineman for the Miami Dolphins wherever we see fit. And I feel like he was the reason why we ended up drafting him was because of his versatility. But he's an excellent run blocker. That's one of the biggest needs, because you got Jordan Howard coming in. We're gonna need some run blockers for him to open up them holes for him to tear that defense up, man. So yeah, I like Robert Hunt for his size. My man is quick and agile. He's strong. I like this pick. I really love this pick. Like, there's no other pick in the draft so far that I like more than this pick. Now, moving on to the 24th pick in the second round, we ended up getting Raekwon Davis out of Alabama, defensive tackle. I want to iterate this. A lot of people don't like this pick. A lot of people wanted to go in the pass rusher area. They felt like Raekwon Davis should have slid a little bit further down in the draft. You got to look at it from this perspective. All right. When it comes down to the Miami Dolphins' priority of need, I won't say we don't need a pass rusher, but I felt like we needed to address the defensive line again, because we don't have a pure 3-4 defensive tackle, nose tackle to be able to plug up that rushing lane. And I feel like Raekwon Davis could come in instantly, be a day 1 starter, and provide that for us. Now, he's 6'6", 311 pounds. Like, his specialty is coming in and stopping the run. Another reason why I feel like he slid in the draft is because he's not versatile enough to provide a consistent pass rush, and I feel like that's the reason why he ended up sliding. But you look at it, the Miami Dolphins were ranked 27th against the run. That's like 135 0.4 rushing yards a game. Like, this is much needed. The Miami Dolphins needed this. Plug him in as a nose tackle. Have Devon Godchaux on the outside. We ended up getting him last year. Christian Wilkins on the other side. Like, this defensive front for the Miami Dolphins is looking pretty promising right now. Now, as far as how that's going to end up translating onto the field, like, we have a lot of good players on this team where we can do some things where we can wreak some havoc. Like, I'm just looking at it right now. Like, if we was just to come out in let's say a nickel package, I don't see Raekwon Davis being able to would not be on the field, but it's going to be extremely interesting. And going back to the whole pass rushing situation, since the Miami Dolphins have not addressed that yet, to be honest with you, looking at it, Taco Charlton, I feel like he can provide some type of pass rush. Charles Harris, he could provide some type of pass rush. We end up getting Shaq Lawson in free agency. He could provide a pass rush. I'm not sold on Shaq Lawson yet. I'm still on the fence about Shaq Lawson. We bought in Vince Beagle in the trade with the New Orleans Saints last year. Like, we end up bringing in Kyle Van Noy from the New England Patriots. He's versatile enough to play all over the defensive backfield for the Miami Dolphins. Like, it's looking good right now. So I feel I'm comfortable with the pass rush right now because we have a lot of guys that we can rotate in and out if we don't end up addressing the pass rush in the 2020 draft in day 3. Last but not least, we end up getting Brandon Jones, the safety out of Texas, in the 3rd round, the sixth pick in the 3rd round. I know safety was a priority of need. I'm on the fence about Brandon Jones because I'm not really sold on his coverage ability as far as playing as a deep safety. They said he's versatile enough to play both safety positions and come down and play the nickel, but I would like to see him do that on an elite level. And also, he was injured, had a shoulder injury last year, so you have to put that into account too as well. Now, one of my favorite things about him is that the fact that he could put the murder game down. He could hit somebody, so that's a huge plus for me. Now, when you look at the Miami Dolphins safeties, Eric Rowe, he flourished later during this 2019 season at safety. Stephen Parker, he was kind of like just throw him in the fire type of deal. I was okay with him. Adrian Colbert, we ended up bringing him back. So Bobby McCain, I'm not sold on Bobby McCain. But perhaps we can move him back down to nickel corner. I don't know what we're going to end up doing with him, but the free safety position is not guaranteed to nobody right now. I would probably say with Brandon Jones, I think he'd be more best suited playing the strong safety position and then moving Eric Rowe to the free safety position because I feel like he's a better cover guy than what I've seen from Brandon Jones. But we'll see. We'll most definitely see. But I think one of the biggest reasons why the Dolphins ended up drafting him was because of that Brandon Jones is versatile enough to actually play both safety positions, so he could be interchangeable during the course of a game. So I like day 3. I like day 2 a whole lot better than day 1. I really do. I'm sorry. This is just, especially that Robert Hunt pick. But again, I apologize. I haven't got to none of the comments yet. I will try to get to those sometime during today before the part 3 starts. Well, day 3 starts for the draft. But let me ask you this question. Before I end the video, going back to Robert Hunt and the offensive line, because you forget Tua is a left-handed quarterback, so the right tackle position is going to be Tua's blind side. Robert Hunt is versatile enough to play the tackle position and the guard position. Jesse Davis can play tackle and guard. Who would you prefer as of right now from if we was to just throw into the first game of the season at right tackle to protect Tua's blind side? Robert Hunt or Jesse Davis? I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me know what you guys think. You know what it is. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. This is GreatOne DeVore. I'm up out of here.